What's better than mutants? Misfit mutants. So DC Universe decided to make a show about the Doom Patrol. Let's break down what you need to know about this colorful cast of tragic heroes. The Doom Patrol is basically DC's version of Marvel's X-Men. They're a team of unusual heroes led by a brilliant man in a wheelchair, fighting to protect a world that hates and fears them. There's some contention over which group was created first, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Regardless, these are not your typical popular squeaky clean heroes like the Justice League and Justice Society. They're cursed with powers that they didn't ask for, and they make living a normal life impossible. Despite all their hardships and challenges, though, they're heroes to the core. The Doom Patrol's roster has shifted quite a bit over the years, but the team usually features a small handful of familiar faces. A brilliant, wealthy inventor modeled after Mycroft Holmes, Calder was responsible for bringing together the original Doom Patrol and teaching these freaks to use their powers for the betterment of mankind. However, subsequent stories have established Calder, aka the Chief, as more villain than hero, and he was even revealed to be responsible for the accidents that transformed the original team in the first place. The only character to serve in every incarnation of the Doom Patrol so far, Cliff Steele had his human brain transplanted into a robotic body after a catastrophic car accident. After being exposed to volcanic gas, Rita Farr can shrink or expand her body at will. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a great deal of control over these powers at first. Larry Trainor was an Air Force pilot exposed to a radioactive field. That exposure leaves his body highly radioactive, hence why he usually dresses like the Invisible Man. But it also allows him to temporarily release a negative spirit from his body that can fly at high speeds and cause objects to explode. After being exposed to a gene bomb deployed by the Dominators, each of Kate Chalice's 64 split personalities develop a different set of superpowers. Some are good, some are not so benevolent. A more recent addition to the group, Casey Brink. She is not in the show, but can drive her ambulance through time and fires electricity from her hands. A long-standing member of the Teen Titans, Beast Boy, has also developed a close relationship with the Doom Patrol. He has the power to transform into any animal. Cyborg is like DC's Inspector Gadget. He's part robot now after a horrible accident. So his body's strong, his body has all sorts of built-in weapons and gadgets, and he can interface with computers. Usually he's palling it up with a different superhero group, Titans, but in the DC Universe show, Doom Patrol, he's trying to help find a missing family friend. You'll see. It has been a wild ride for this wacky group. The Doom Patrol debuted in 1963, written by Arnold Drake and Bob Haney, with artist Bruno Premiani. This DC team actually debuted a few months before Marvel's X-Men. Drake alleges that Stan Lee stole the idea for his series. That claim has never been proven, but both books carried the subtitle The World's Strangest Heroes, and there are definitely some similarities. Both these comics struggled to build a lasting audience in the 60s. X-Men went into publishing limbo in the early 70s, while DC just killed off their team in 1968. They were revived roughly 10 years later, but failed to capture readers again, focusing on traditional superhero adventures and less on the weirdness that defined the original team. Ultimately, Doom Patrol couldn't achieve the same success as Chris Claremont's revamped Uncanny X-Men. For many fans, the Doom Patrol didn't truly come into their own again until writer Grant Morrison took over the series in 1989. Morrison crafted an ambitious overhaul that involved writing out many existing characters, adding new ones, and creating a surreal, off-kilter look at DC's strangest superhero team. Morrison's run also frequently parodied other popular comics, including an X-Force spoof called Doom Force, and an issue where a Punisher-like assassin named Beard Hunter targets an analog of writer Alan Moore. The series waned in popularity again in the years after Morrison's departure. DC attempted another ambitious update in 2004, with writer-slash-artist John Byrne completely rebooting the team and its history. However, that move failed to win over fans, and the classic version of the team was restored a few years later. Most recently, DC turned to My Chemical Romance frontman Gerard Way to update the Doom Patrol in 2016. Wei was a longtime fan of the Doom Patrol, which inspired his popular comic series Umbrella Academy, which is also getting a show. Wei spearheaded a new comic book imprint called Young Animal, with a heavily Morrison-influenced Doom Patrol as its flagship title. And now DC Universe has created a show about the eccentric team with a star-studded cast and a dark comedic tone. Who's your favorite Doom Patrol character? Tell us in the comments section. And don't forget to check out DC Universe's Doom Patrol trailer and our reaction to their other superhero show, Titans. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.